that they do this, just like Historic Trans Am. They bunch up. Let's give them a late green so that they can really put on a good show for these folks. So, Jonathan, they're coming to the green. I'm going to let you take it away.
All right, then. We've got a nice 2x2 coming up here. Beautifully bunched, as they say. One odd one out at the back. But here we come, then. And in a moment, they'll let rip for our B-Sedan. Feature race 2 here from Laguna Seca. SVRA in full flow, and away they go. And it is the 49 just edging ahead as they come under the bridge for the first time and into the kink that is turn 1 and down to the Optima batteries. Turn 2, but a nice clean lead by the number 49 of Steve Link.
Yeah, it's impressive. Steve Link pulled out ahead of Troy Armish. They go 2x2. Troy Armish has the outside, but if he can hold that, he has the advantage coming into turn 3. But it looks like Steve Link's got him just a little bit.
Yeah, Link just keeping his footing because he knows the track very well, as does the number 9. And Armish has to back off a little bit, but takes second place. The Mini in 4th place, pedaling away very nicely.
Go Don Racine.
Did you see what Armish did on that start? He was on the inside. He saw Link passing him. Armish went from the inside lane all the way to the outside because he knew if he could stay on that outside coming out of turn 2 and 3, he would have the lead. What a veteran move.
Yeah, nice move.
So there's Steve Link coming up. Steve Link also races in our Historic Trans Am, followed by Troy Armish there in that number 9 beautiful car.
Now, we were talking in the Historic Trans Am race here about Craig Conley learning something yesterday. Let's see if maybe Link learned something and can keep Armish behind him. Doesn't look like it, though, Ben, does it?
No. Troy Armish coming through the corkscrew, followed by Greg
he's back in. He's back through.
Big Machine Vodka Spike Cooler corkscrew. That's Troy Armish, followed by Steve Link, followed by Greg Hoff, followed by Don Racine.
That's a nice move up the hill. He used lots of power to get up there. Almost ran out of room as he came into, but he pulled on the anchors and took the lead. Now we've got another battle for second.
Yeah, Armish right up there in the front where he's been all weekend long. Just won the Group 8 B-Sedan with a great battle with Rob Fuller. Now he's locked in a battle with Steve Link again, Ben.
Yep, Steve Link takes it over Troy Armish. Look at that.
What a great shot. Those top 3 coming across the line.
Now look for Greg Hoff. Now these are basically bricks. These are not what you would call aerodynamic cars. You know, so they were not designed for racing. This was designed.
Didn't design these?
Yeah, no, these were designed for a family of 4 to go to the grocery store when the oil prices started to go. The oil embargo started over in Europe and in Japan. So
that's a big family car.
Yeah, it is. But the draft really works in these cars. So look for Greg Hoff to have a little bit of advantage as the 3rd car in a train like that.
He's losing just a little bit of touch there with the leaders there as he came through turns 2 and 3, but looks like he may be able to gather back up. These Datsun 510s, they were the car to have in 1971 and 72. They won the under 2.5 liter challenge both those years, and Bob Sharp won the B-Sedan National Championship in a Datsun 510 for Bob Sharp Racing those 2 years. So that was the car to have. And it's the car to have right now up front there. Great nose-to-tail action. It looks like Link and Armish going at it yet again. Here's a little Mini Cooper Racine.
Yeah, it's not often you'd see a Porsche trying to chase down a Mini, but that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and that's Ed Matsuishi there coming up on the inside. Ed bought that car after it was raced, put 200,000 street miles on it, and thought, you know what, I'm going to go race it again. So hats off to Ed for making it a race car again after wearing it out on the streets.
And right behind them is about 3 or 4 other cars. Good racing here in B-Sedan Challenge.
Yeah, very close. Coming into turn 10, high above it, and you get a chance to see how that bend works as a race bend. But turn 11 is the key in many ways. We don't talk about 11 as much as we do the corkscrew, but it's a key corner because if you get it wrong, I was talking to Evan Slater, and he says you can lose 6/10 just getting out of there wrongly, but badly.
So this sandwich we're seeing here is led by Don Racine, and the caboose is Dennis Racine. There's Ryle Barnett in that Hyde Park BMW.
Once again, Dad in front of his son there for the Racine family.
Yeah, we've got Troy Armish back to 3rd. There's the 41 of Patrick Emke, 1970 Datsun 510. With a Rebello engine. Rebello makes really great Datsun 510 engines. I think that's what Troy Armish uses with his engines and the cars that he builds, and we know that they work because Troy Armish and his clients just keep on winning.
It's a shame we don't see any of the Alphas out here this weekend, Ben. That was the main competition for Datsun back in the day. In fact, they had a great battle for one of the championships, and it was decided right at the last race whoever won that race was going to win the championship. And John Morton won that in that number 46 that's out there on track now.
That is so cool. Yeah, horse quick, right?
Right.
It was the Alpha with some fuel, maybe a little bit, what would they call that? The fuel containment issues?
Yes. It's kind of like NASCAR a little bit.
Yeah.
But what great racing. We have side-by-side action and nose to tail coming through the course. Go look at that, Jonathan.
Beautiful,
up and over the rise, yeah.
And he used the Stoner line there in the 48. I like it. Go across the rumple strips and all. Rick Sheldon doing the business.
You can really see the body roll coming through the corkscrew.
It does my head in to watch a Mini because they don't seem to have, it's like they've got some special suspension, but they don't.
They barely do. It's like a hockey puck.
Yeah.
The corners are basically held on by like a hockey puck, and that's their suspension. If you have dentures, you don't really want to be driving a mini race car. It'll shake them loose. Oh, look at that. John Morton coming across. Avoid him. Oh, no.
What a shame. Oh, I hate to see that.
That's the number 48 of Rick Sheldon. That is, unfortunate. So we hate that. We wish Rick would have just gone straight through.
It was I
think it was unavoidable right there, yeah.
No, no, I'm saying the Rick should have gone through the kitty litter and just tried not to save it.
But you know, your first instinct of a driver is always to try and save that car, Jonathan.
Yeah, absolutely. Dennis Racine.
We are going to go up. I just heard on the radio the drivers are okay.
That's the best news.
But that really stinks. So we are at full course yellow right now. We should be. Waiting for the sign. I heard it on the radio. Here he comes. Yeah, full course yellow, as we see. So now this is probably going to be cleaned up, and if the time is right, we're probably going to get this maybe a green-white checker finish. So
well,
Don
it's in a place where they should be able to get it out of harm's way fairly quickly, right?
It should be, yes. We have great course workers here, great EV crews, and they've done a fantastic job all weekend long. I would think that they would be able to, Jonathan, but it's difficult to say. It depends on what type of damage is underneath there. You saw the cosmetic damage from the shot there, but whatever suspension piece or tires may be damaged, that may be the difficult part there.
Yeah, they need to get a truck almost out of pit lane.
They'll be able to get it.
Yeah, it won't take.
So let me explain something to you in vintage racing. You're probably wondering why we're not going to replay. And that is not the spirit of vintage racing. We are, we don't show that. We don't show any metal to metal or any cars. These are art pieces. These are beautiful. We don't want to show it torn up. Right now, we're going to take a break and talk to our wonderful marketing partners and sponsors. But we will be right back for this finish of this B-Sedan race.
The Mission Foods Sonoma Speed Tour returns to Sonoma Raceway April 29th through May 1st, featuring the Trans Am Series presented by Pirelli, the Sports Car Vintage Racing Association, Historic Trans Am, the Optima Ultimate Street Car Challenge, and Saturday, you can take part in the Haggerty Cars and Caffeine Car Show. You do not want to miss the Mission Foods Sonoma Speed Tour April 29th through May 1st. For tickets, simply go to speedtour.net.
All right, we are back at the Trans Am Speed Fest. A lot of our drivers, as you can see through the paddock, have left because that paddock was jam-packed full. But a lot of the drivers have had their last Sunday race. This is our last SVRA race of the weekend, I believe. After this, we go to TA2. I think, 47 cars on? Just getting word, I think we might have Group 9 in the TA2. Yeah, Group 9.
Right, yeah.
Sorry about that. I misspoke. It's on the next page. So the producers all the way from the Isle of Man are telling me, no. Don't forget about Group 9. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, keeping me straight. But look at this great group of cars coming up here. WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Want to thank everybody around the track in their camera positions. You got to admit, though, that if you're at the Franklin Road turn 5, that guy between sessions can turn around and look at some of the best scenery that California has to offer as we watch the cars come down the Big Machine Vodka spiked coolers. But looking around, Jonathan and Scott, doesn't this look like painted Disney backgrounds?
It doesn't even look real, does it?
No, it's weird, isn't it?
It's beautiful, though. Right along the coast here in Monterey, watching SVRA action, what could be better?
Yeah, look at this. As the drone goes wide, showing us some of this beautiful stuff. Now, the funny thing about this is prime real estate.
Yes.
But back in World War II, these hills that we're seeing straight ahead were where they dropped and tested munitions from airplanes. So it can never be developed because there may be unexploded munitions back there. But we're coming back to the green already. Great cleanup. Jonathan, take it away.
Here we go then. Away they go, and that was very quick indeed. But the green flag waves and everybody jostling for position again. And once again, we've got that battle between the two of them. On the inside is the 49, and he throws Steve Link, that is. But the 9 swinging around the outside as he did last time. Ermish looking for that outside line in hopes to sort of slingshot around. That's exactly what he's done again. And the Mini
Don Racine
has followed him through. Go on,
Steve
Don.
Link, come on, Don Racine.
Well, he's trying to hang on.
Look, stay in this draft. He's going to have a huge advantage at the corkscrew.
No reason why he wouldn't. And a really nice tight start, too, as they head to 4.
Those Datsuns might pull him up that right-haul straight, but if he can stay close enough, he does have a shot there coming up at the corkscrew.
Unbelievable.
Great job by him on that restart.
And another overtake now going for Steve Link up the inside at 5. And he just needs to block pass, and he's done it.
Uh-oh.
So Link goes back into the lead.
I think Ed Matsuishi might be having some problems back there in that beautiful 911, but there's the 711 of Kenny Say. And Kenny, I hope I'm saying your name right. T-S-E.
Yep. I know that. 6 years
good.
in Asia, Say.
Nice, all right. So look at this, Don Racine. Let's see if he can do anything at the corkscrew. He might try to take the inside, but I'm sure Troy Ermish sees him and is going to try to take that away, which he does.
Now, let's see how the Mini goes down the hill.
Oh, and Caggiano from last to like 5th place.
I thought that was Caggiano, but I wasn't sure. It didn't seem right at the time when I looked up.
And there's Ryle Barnett. Ryle Barnett, big supporter of vintage racing. And if you like this B-Sedan racing and you like BMW 2002s, Ryle Barnett currently, right now, has one of the prettiest, most well-prepared BMWs for sale on Bring a Trailer.
He's done it. The Mini's up to 2nd.
Right.
Yeah!
Self-Preservation Society. On cue then. Yep. That 510's coming quickly, and he's going to go for the inside move at 5. Here we go. I know.
On Racine, followed by Greg Hoff. But I think Daniel Caggiano has somehow caught up to this lead group.
I think that was the white car that we saw just in that one shot coming down the corkscrew, Ben.
I believe so, yeah. With my favorite number font.
Do you see, Jonathan, that Mini tried to take that tight inside line, knowing he had that front-wheel drive car that could pull him out of there, but didn't quite work for him. Good idea, though.
Yep, look at him go now, though. As he comes into 10, that's where he got so close last time, and that's how he made the move. So we'll keep an eye out for that as they come down again.
But ladies and gentlemen, my MVP for this race is the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca safety crew under the new ownership of John. That was a very quick cleanup so that we could get back to racing. The safety crew.
He's back to 2nd.
He's back to 2nd, maybe 3rd to 2nd. This is amazing, guys.
Oh, the 3 wide across the line.
Look at that. This is what it's all about.
It's a little Mini that can, Jonathan.
Yeah, the little car that can. I love it.
Don Racine.
But the Datsun's going to pull him down this front straightaway, but he's going to have the advantage going. If he gets to the inside there, the advantage is, just didn't quite get there.
Oh,
Link saw him coming there, just kind of squeezed him just a little bit. But now that Mini, I think, may return the favor here. as they go into the handling parts of the course, Jonathan.
Yeah, no question. And it's just great to watch him because he knows where he's strong. He knows where he's going to have to make his move. And he just, like you said, just needs to stay with those Datsuns as long as he can.
It's like a little gnat. The Datsuns can't get rid of him.
This may be my fault. I asked Jared Kahlo, our camera guy, to put a Mini or a GoPro on top of that Mini, and just that little bit of drag, that might be causing it. A little bit of weight, a little bit of drag, that might be causing Don Racing to be in third and not first. So Don, so sorry about that, but you can do it, buddy.
Yeah, we got the pictures.
Yeah, we're gonna have some great video.
The only bad part about this course is he's coming up to the right haul straight, and they're going to pull him up there, but he closes so dramatically through the corkscrew, he might be able to pull off a pass. I wonder if he's kind of thinking ahead to strategy-wise towards the last couple laps, maybe.
Yeah, well, he certainly gets it done. By the time he comes to 11, he's made up bunches of time.
There's Ryle Barnett, Steve Walker. If you're watching this race, there's your old car out there running, keeping the heritage alive. It's funny, you know, once you're in this long enough, Scott and Jonathan, I'm sure you've seen this, that cars that you know, but all of our drivers are friends, so they sometimes trade.
Right.
Or they're like, I'll trade you, or I'll sell you, or how about you buy me Cracker Barrel, and we'll trade cars straight up. You know, it's just the funny little things that they do. And so Steve Walker, I've known him in that car for the last 5 years, but now this first time I've seen Ryle Barnett, who looks like he's coming in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
so
but
for
man,
whatever reason,
Don Racine right behind, beside Troy Ermish. So we got some good stuff coming in as we look at the 46.
Yeah, I think, Jonathan, I think that Racine has figured this out. I think he knows that he's strong on that 8 to 11 part, and if he can part that Mini in front of Ermish, he may be able to. That would be a huge upset. Ermish has won every race so far in B-Sedan in Group 8 this weekend.
And he's mixing it again as they go round turn 3. He's right in the middle of it all again as we're watching these cars battle out. We're watching the 71 at the moment. But yeah, he's right in the mix of it, and he knows he's on for a podium at least if he keeps this up.
He almost has half the displacement of these cars. He would probably be considered more effort G
There he
sedan.
is.
Yeah, see, he's right in the middle of those two Datsons.
Second again.
Look at that, Troy Ermish, man.
Ermish probably
Beautiful
can't
car.
believe. Ermish probably can't believe his eyes. He looks in the says, "What, a Mini?"
He's probably loving it. Ermish is such a car person. He's probably saying, "Where's this car better than my car, and where am I better than him?"
Sure
Steve Link out front.
Engine in there?
No, it's a 1275, probably a 1293 after the boring.
See,
There he
there's where the
goes.
9 has the advantage. But watch the Mini come back at him.
But the Mini's got the weight. I think the Mini would technically be considered a C-Sedan.
Right.
Yeah, it was C-Sedan and SCCA for a number of years before it.
But it's still under 2.5.
Under 2.5,
and this is
Yeah.
B-Sedan, C-Sedan, under 2.5 liter, and it definitely is way under 2.5 liter.
Here comes the strength of the Mini.
Yeah, there he comes.
Here we
Watch
go.
this. 11, yep.
Get into the twisty bits. Troy Ermish is coming up. Looks like our flagger might have. He's got the white flag in hand, so.
Oh,
might
the
have
move for the lead.
He's going. If he can get in front there and hold it from the corkscrew
he's
through
sliding
11.
out, drifting out. Look at that. Look at how much rubber he laid down as they come to take the white flag.
What a race.
Look, side by side, the two Datsuns with the Mini right behind him.
Final lap, side-by-side racing into Andretti Optima Batteries corner. And again, the inside line by the 9 and holds it this time. But the Mini's not out of this by any means. Don Racine is right in the mix of this.
Oh, he's close enough. He's coming up to his strength, the handling part of this course. That one Rahal straight may be his downfall, but he makes so much time up in the corkscrew through 11. But if he can stay right within shouting distance, he's got a chance here, folks.
It's great.
The little Mini that could.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Because as a British car fan, we all know that the Japanese kind of took the best of the British cars and made them reliable. Well, check this out, guys. We got a Mini coming out right behind you. I'm loving it.
Coming up to the next left-hander and then up the Rahal straight. This is where the Mini will obviously struggle power-wise, but he's done a really good job of staying with them and just holding on to that corkscrew and then really using the downhill section, literally leaning forward.
Yeah, he's coasting sometimes.
Yeah, I think that Mini's close enough. He's maybe get second, maybe first.
Here we go.
Look at that roll through there. Steve Link, beautiful car in what I think is kind of like a BRE livery. Troy Ermish's car, man, he makes some of the best 510s in the world, according to even Peter Brock and John Morton now. They've kind of passed the torch to him, and that is like a Concours winning show car. Jonathan, give us your ending here.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be a heck of an ending. Here he comes up the inside, the number 49 of Steve Link. They're side by side. Link's got the lead, but just somebody else going wide there. The Mini's in the mix. It's side by side action. Who's going to take it? Tom Ermish is just ahead as they come to the checkered flag, and Ermish takes it. Oh, yes.
Awesome. Troy Ermish, what a race. Steve Link, Don Racine. Unbelievable, gentlemen. Keep it going. There's Dennis Racine coming up.
That could
MG and
I know.
Oh, I love it.
.102. Ermish, Link, Racine. That's your top three. Hoff fourth.
side by side for first and second, and Racine was right there trying to find a way right behind the two Datsuns on their bumper in third. Great race.
Awesome stuff.
Here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, I got to give a shout out to the ice cream vendors. I've had 2 ice cream cones per day there in the paddock.
That'll
They have
lose
a
you
big
3/10 of that,
inflatable
man.
ice cream cone. Yeah, they're giving me some downforce, but they're giving me some energy for this as we look. That is a beautiful cars there, and they just had a blast. Knowing Steve Link, who's a longtime racer in vintage racing, Troy Ermish, national champion in just about everything, including Group 8 B-Sedan with our SVRA the first year we were at COTA. Unbelievable, guys. I'm going to go down to the podium. I'll be right back.
Gotcha. All right, well, we enjoy what has been a spectacular race, and just one at a clip and on the last corner by Ermish. Well done, Troy. And that Datsun 510 from 1971 wins it. Steve Link doing a brilliant job in his 510 sedan from 68. A slightly older car, but boy, that was a great race.
And Jonathan, that completes a perfect weekend for Ermish. He has won both Group 8 features. He won both B-Sedan features, and different cars even.
Do it all again next week, I hope, in Sonoma.
Oh, yeah. Datsun 510s, but he had a different car number, at least in one of the races. But what a great battle. He had 2 great battles in B-Sedan with Roy Fulmer, and that Mini Cooper, I thought he was going to take it. I thought he had figured out that line down through the corkscrew.
Yeah, he really had. That was an interesting race. That was a good strategy race, actually, wasn't it?
Yes, very good.
And people new to racing, or at least new to vintage racing, you really do see it, perhaps more than you do in modern racing, just how you use the abilities and your strengths of each and every car, which are so different, to get you around. I mean, it doesn't matter what you got; you just got to use it right.
Right, and Ben was talking about the drivers that sell the cars to each other, trade the cars to each other. The cars look the same outward, but they all have their inner characteristics. Some has a little bit of understeer in it, some has a little oversteer in it. The feel of the car is what the driver goes by. But that Mini Cooper put on a great show, as well as the Datsun 510. It's great to have Historic Trans Am, the Historic Trans Am B-Sedan, and we're going to go into the Contemporary Trans Am, the Trans Am 2 presented by Pirelli in just a couple of minutes here after this next group.
All right, thanks, Scott. We'll take a short break from Laguna Seca. Join us for more SVRA coverage as Group 9 is up next.